Alright, so I'm making some videos about some EverQuest raid encounters. This one is the LDON raid within the compact. It's one of the easier ones. North row. So, biggest thing to do on zone in is move over to the east wall. Everyone move over to the east wall and shrink up. We also, in general, really good raid etiquette to shrink on all raids, especially on LDON raids. Reason being, a lot of these encounters have kind of small hallways and stuff like that where it's super annoying to move around. So being shrunk is very useful. Also, in general, being shrunk is a good idea on all raids, because it allows you to corner bosses and things like that, and players that are double shrunk don't they basically don't take up mass, which allows you to clump up easier, position better. It's pretty much a good idea in like almost all contexts. So in this raid, there are a series of traps right up here in the first hallway. So this is the east path. There's a series of traps.
Teenagers are annoying.
You want to disarm these traps, so you need someone like a bard or a rogue that can disarm traps. There's a bunch of them stacked up, and they do a lot of damage. So yeah, you don't want to run the raid through. Otherwise everyone will blow up. So right now I'm just disarming these traps on my bard. Okay, traps are done. Can move up. All right, now that the traps are disarmed, we are going to progress. Pretty straightforward clear from this point onward to the boss. I noticed some people aggroed some mobs in the back. Just drag it to the raid, please. Alright, so yeah, we're from this point on, it's a pretty straightforward clear to the boss. So if you look at the map here, the boss is in this, there's a lot of bosses here, but they're in this kind of circular room. So we're pretty much just clearing the way to there. This is one of the faster LDON missions. So yeah, nothing really interesting to note until we actually get to the boss, and then I'll kind of explain how this particular raid works. Yeah, let's see. The only interesting thing about this is that the nature of it requires a handful of tanks. So you need sort of a specific raid composition to do this encounter. There are 5 bosses at the end. 4 of them need to be tanked at the same time. First mob's back here, so we'll kill that. But yeah, so 4 of them need to be tanked at the same time. So in general, like if you're doing this in Era or like on Agnarr, for example, you need multiple tanks. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty challenging. So yeah, once again, just clearing a path west here. We're going west all the way to the end of the hallway. Alright, we're going to stay in this room. We're going to pull everything out of the boss room. So just sit tight. Alright, so I'm going to kind of show you what we're doing. Up ahead here, there's the boss is in here. There's a bunch of trash mobs that we need to clear, so I'm just pulling them. I'm going to pull them, and the raid is going to set up in this circular room. The bosses can run out here, so if they do, just ignore them. They will leash. Rather, they're tethered, so they will tether back, and we don't need to worry about them. They might come in and cast an AoE or something, so just something to be aware of. But this is why we pull them here, so we don't have to deal with the bosses and a million trash mobs at the same time. Okay, so we're pulling some more. I've got some more stuff coming. Hobbles, I'll grab your corpse in a sec. Alright, so there's more trash incoming. So we do have a dead monk in here. So I've got the corpse. So our remaining trash mobs, you can see, oh shit, I died.
Close to the entrance though, if someone else can grab the ads before they walk away.
Yeah, I'll get them. Alright, resing myself. Whoops. Yeah. So the bosses hit pretty hard, obviously. Can Xeris get some rebuffs, please? Alright, so I'm just pulling on my monk, or sorry, my bard, just making sure I get the last mobs. Alright, last mob is incoming. Okay, so how this encounter works, there are 5 bosses. There's Quintessence of Sand as a big rock man in the middle of the room. Then there are three bosses named Unala, Thosan, and Twain, and there is a 4th boss named Ratana. The first 3, Unala, Thosan, and Twain, those 3 are killed first. Ratana is tanked, but cannot be damaged. Once the first 3 bosses are killed, the Quintessence of Sand becomes active. He will be tanked. Once his health gets down to 20%, Ratana will re-pop. Then Ratana needs to be killed, and then the Quintessence need to be killed. So it's fairly straightforward, but it does require some coordination and stuff. All right, so the 3 bosses, I'll put the tank rotation, but make sure that we're killing the first 3, Unala, Dosan, and Twain first, and then the elementals once they die, and then Quintessence, and then the boss. I'll post the order in just a moment. Alright, posted the order. Everyone good? So remember, what we're going to do is we're going to have our tanks and healers go in and to the right, pick up the mobs, establish aggro, and then DPS will come in.
Ready?
One moment. Let me just get a haste real quick. Okay, we're ready to go. Alright, tanks and healers can go in. Make sure we get these slowed.
Zeisel's dead, so I'm curious. Dead.
Zeisel was summoned to a different mob.
That's what happens when you get low health.
Yeah, that's fine, just pick it up. So our mobs are all picked up. Oh yeah. My bad. Corsanes are main assist. Alright, get the elemental ads. So this is pretty straightforward now. We're just killing. Ratana is super hard, so the other thing to note is that prior to Ratana respawning, she's not slowable. So that's just something that you want to be aware of. Ideally, you want to have your best geared tank on on Ratana. Otherwise, yeah, this is pretty straightforward. Once Unala dies, the Quintessence will spawn. So get ready.
You taking it, dude?
Yeah, Diesels will get on it. One thing to note about the Quintessence is that the Quintessence is basically resistant to everything except for disease and poison. So magic, fire, cold pretty much don't work on it. Now I'm going to drag Ratana over to the south side. Ratana spawns in the south. And she will also respawn in the south, so you want to drag the mob over to her respawn point, so that way you can quickly pick up aggro when the mob respawns. So here we are, we've got position now. And now we just wait. So remember, once the Quintessence is down to 20%, Ratana respawns. We'll kill Ratana, and then we will kill the Quintessence. So now I'm just tanking it, waiting for the respawn. You can see Quintessence is at 25%. Get ready for Ratana. Alright, now Ratana has respawned. So we're now going to kill Ratana. Once Ratana dies again, then we will kill the Quintessence. Quintessence has really high HP regen. You can kill him first, but if you do so, you will lose a chest, so you don't want to do that. As a general note also, you want to flip the mob as a tank. So our main tank, me in this case, wants to be on the opposite side of the raid. So that way all the rest of the raid can be behind it. That way they don't get reposted. And also only one player needs to position the main tank. I also made a video about this, if you're interested in checking that out. You can see Ratana is about to die. Remember, once Ratana dies, we're switching over to Quintessence. Okay, Ratana's dead now. We're going to kill the Quintessence of Sand. And then we will get our loot. And that's how you do this raid. Pretty straightforward. Easy, less than 20 minutes uptime. 19 minutes 55 seconds. Didn't have a full raid, but yeah, otherwise thanks for checking out the video. We're getting our loots here. AC AUG from the zone is very elusive.
There it is.
Oh my god, awesome, hilarious. All right, so yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll do some more videos about other raids coming up.